Hello crafters, how are you? I'm hoping you guys are doing well, and I wanted to show you what I just did. I am shifting gears and I am moving all of my Annalise over to Canton Bleu because it's time to kind of change it up, right? I don't want to get tired of my Annalise, so I decided to move over to a little Canton Bleu. I'm trying to get inspired for Crop at Home 3, so I thought we'd look for something that looks like Canton Bleu, but it's not. This is an oldie but goodie. I don't know what year. I don't think any of these have the year on them, but this is Willow. Willow is a fabulous collection that looks and has the same kind of tones as Canton Bleu, and I am super excited that I have some left over. I already did a ski trip of my son and my husband on this paper, so I don't have very much left over. But I was getting inspired and I thought it was time to do some borders. I think it's time to do some borders. And so as I am digging through all of my stash, trying to find things that kind of look the same. I know this one is not in that family. It's this one that is in that collection. But I think it kind of looks good together. So I'm going to use it maybe as a solid. So it has also this one in here, and I know it has a silver. You might have this in your collection, so that's why I was trying to pull it out, show you a quick little tidbit of what I have. This is gorgeous black and white. I remember some of them had this gorgeous felt on it. Also, do a title page. How about that? Look how gorgeous this single is over here. Single solid. Look how gorgeous this solid paper is over here. So I was thinking, why don't we do a title page? And I thought I would let you know for Thursday's live. I'm kind of prepping along with you. And let's get out our blues. How about that? Let's get some blues out. Blue, black, yellow, pink. This also had a gorgeous, look at how gorgeous that is, a gorgeous wood print on it. And these are all the blues here. I want to say this one does not belong, but I think I can make it work. So I'm leaving it in there just in case I decide I need more of that family. I am hoping that Willow gets re-released or vamped up and looks more like, I don't have very much yellow of it at all. I think I just have this one in yellows. And I was just kind of looking through my pale yellows and seeing what I could use. It doesn't quite look like it's the right tone, but you never know. I might do something with that yellow. Here's another pink that maybe, and then of course to accent maybe some frosty silvers. Anyway, so that is what I am putting together for Thursday's live. And here is what I have so far. I want you to know how I'm doing this. It's always my intention to let you know that what I am doing here is totally doable on your pages if you want, okay? The first thing that I did was I gutted out the inside of this, okay? Because I need to use it again, right? And I'm thinking that this little flower is the top. So let's label the top because you guys know that I kind of have a problem with that, right? I have a problem with turning my papers upside down and then my flowers might be pointed in the wrong direction. So I'm going to label that right there. And then I used, it's text weight paper, and I'm having to use what I have because I don't have much of it. So on this layout, what I wanted is a really thin mat of just a little peekaboo of yellow to kind of give it that pop. I think she called it a fillet mat. So it was just like that's not even, let's get our fancy ruler. And somebody asked me where this ruler is from. It is scrapshacktexas.com, and that would be, I'm trying to say it's going to be an 1/8 on each side. a little bit more than an eighth, a little bit less than a quarter. Somebody do the math for me on that one. Okay, so this is going to go on top of that. And then this blue paper, I made a little bit smaller. Here's the frame that came out of it. How big is this? The same, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger than an eighth and a little bit smaller than a quarter. So yes, that will be fine. I'm not mathematically talented. So, and then I found these tapes, which I'm kind of upset there's only 3 yards of it, 3 feet of it. I wish it was 4, because then I can go all the way around the paper. So we're going to work with what we've got, is what I have. So then I have this blue paper, and because I don't have much of it, I took this die, cut it in half, and then I'm using it on the end, okay? But I'm not just using it on the end, I'm also flipping over the edge. I kind of wanted a really nice finished, kind of like a upholstered look to that, is what I was going for. So, and then I tucked in and hit this little gold in there. Now, I kind of do sometimes things backwards, and I would recommend that you maybe tuck that in before you put the blue on. That would be smarter. But I did it the other way around. You can learn from my mistakes and do it the correct way. I have here is a very thin piece is all I need from this. And as much as I love the print on this washi tape, I really don't use washi tape on my scrapbooks. So I have been using it for this, holding things down to keep them straight. And it has worked like a charm. So what I am doing is I'm paying attention to this little piece here. And I want the cut right after this little corner of this little thing here. Okay? And that is what I have up here also on top. And I'm putting it down. And I recommend that when you're cutting this, maybe we're always cutting down towards us. We should also cut up, not at the same on the same paper, but I noticed that if my blade is dull, it's on the cutting down side. And so now I try to cut both ways to get the most out of our blades. Okay, you see what I need? I just need the little end of it. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Right there. I am sneaking this in right here. Right into this little spot. Oh my goodness. I hope that my dog snoring is not bothering anybody. I can hear him snoring. What a rough life. So here, the shadow is on top instead of underneath. Right on top instead of underneath. So I have these lovely little containers that I just absolutely love. But the blue is 18 gauge. No, 20 gauge? Yes, the blue is 20 gauge, which is thinner than I prefer. I love this yellow, and it is 18 gauge. And I wish they just sold the tops, but they don't. And they're not selling this long tube kind. They're selling this little kind here, which is also fine. It's the same flexible, but I kind of got used to this one. It looks like a pencil. It works in my little stash. So I will put these in here for later. And I am getting these on Amazon. They are fine line applicators. 18 gauge is what I find works good for my favorite art glitter glue. And I do have my cotton with water so that I can put my tip in here. I'm super excited to know that I don't have to put that top back on here, and it will not get dried up while I'm playing here with you. I've been constantly putting that little top back on. Okay. And then let's do the other one. Maybe I should show you this one, this fourth one, when we're on live. I think that would be a good idea. I'm going to save this one for when we're on live so I can show you what it needs to do. So I am going to put washi tape right on this little piece. I don't know, this is such old paper. I'm afraid that it might peel off the ink. I don't know when. Somebody might be able to tell me when this is from. Okay. So when I did this, I was telling you I wanted the look of the mat being upholstered. So I went around the edge with the paper, so that it doesn't just lie on top, but it's wrapped around in it. And since I had such little amount of paper, I am really being cheap with my paper and turning it around. So now my favorite thing to do is miter these corners. Now when I did this on purpose, I left these little pieces, okay? I left these little pieces out of the mitering. Do you see that? Or wrapping, because I need to be able to miter them. And in order for me to miter them, I have to get my little kitchen tool here, my cutting mat from the kitchen, and hold these all together. Okay, do you see how the mat cutting tool from the kitchen is in between the page that I don't want torn or cut, the page that I don't want cut, and this one that I do want cut? And then I use a little triangle that comes from a geometric math tool of some sort. Okay. And I'm finding the corner. Now I know what this was helping me do in the past was I felt like if this tool right here, this little base, was straight on my graph right there, and this edge right here was straight on the other mat, then I felt like I was getting a really nice corner, 90-degree corner on my cutting tool. So I don't think I have to have the exact 90 right now. What I feel like I need to have instead, in lieu of an absolutely gorgeous, perfect 90-degree corner, would be my X-Acto knife. Here it is. And what I want to do is kind of start right here into this little part and then cut straight down. Press down with your triangle and holding all those papers together, being very gentle because I am on the bottom of my supply with this Willow collection. And I'm pretending that Willow is Canton Bleu. I'm having a Canton Bleu moment. Now what we're going to do is get our cute little blue spot, and we're going to put a little blue in here. Oh, look how that, and it's ready to go. How awesome. I don't even have to squeeze for that to come out. That's impressive. It's not clogged. Okay, right there, right here. And then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add a little bit. I don't even have to squeeze my tube. It's just gently coming out. And I'm going to upholster. Is that what I'm calling this technique? Upholstering technique. You're supposed to take your triangles and take that off. I know that from some kind of sewing, minimal sewing technique that I skill. My minimal skill of sewing tells me I'm supposed to do that. Okay. So now that is cut in. So let's do this other corner now. Same thing. I'm putting the protective paper underneath the cutting sheet. I'm bringing in my gold pieces together and then my blue pieces together, kind of just holding them together like a weave. Little basket here. I'm going to put this all together. And I want to start right here and go straight in. Oh, press and go straight in. I wish I had a see-through metal triangle. Wouldn't that be awesome? Because then we would be able to see it, but then get that sharp metal cutting edge. We're going to put a little glue. We are using the shadow on top. Now we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Now I remember my cutting tool and upholstery skill is I'm supposed to cut that little corner off so that when it does come together, it's not bulky, I think. I'm not a sewing person. I love fabric, but fabric doesn't love me. It just doesn't, I don't know. Okay, so now we have our spot here. And these two we're going to save for the live. 1.5 inches. So let's cut 1.5 inches of this. So if this is going to be right here in the center, and I'd like to put this one down first because I am loving the look of this. And then this one sits right on top. You see? I think that would be really pretty. Okay. On top of this, we are going to do this one. Look how we start to make a simple border turn into more and more and more, because I love more. Thank you. Right there. Okay. Here is our spot. Okay. And then I would like to trim this, that, and we still have a gorgeous picture to put right here on top. And we can do more frillies on this bottom part. Frillies is frilly. Frilly should be my middle name. I'm in love with frillies. So that would be 1/2 right here. And if I go to 1.5 inches, sometimes the pattern tells you what to do with it. I'm sorry, but sometimes that happens. So here we have almost 2 1/8. And I think it'll cut it right where I want it. Okay. This is the right size. This is 1 1/4 inches. Haven't played with this in a while, and I'm thinking this might be something that is fun to do with this. A nice big rosette in the middle. So let's do this. And we need a little strip of glue because this is really barely even sticky. our extra border on our die. And now our hot glue should be warm. Look how pretty that's gonna look. That's gonna give it that pink blue. That's gonna give it the color that we want. It's together and stays together. And we're going to add glue, a nice big blob of glue to this middle. Listening to this. That is Lewis, my little Yorkie Chihuahua, snoring. Rough life my dogs live. Rough life. And right there. And then 1.5 inches over here. So we're going to have 2 of them, 2 beautiful little rosettes right here. And I think it would be fabulous if we had the same little colors in it. Okay, there's one. And then we do this one. Okay, we're doing this one with this one. And we're going to have that right in the middle. I am loving that right there. Okay, we've got it all sandwiched together. There is our little area here. I like that. I am putting glue as a line. Maybe I unplugged my hot glue gun. I don't know. It's not coming out. And then I'm going to put it right into this center. And then I'm going to put this one right next to it. And I kind of push into these little pieces right here. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, lovely people. I've got a lot on my desk here. Can you even see me? Okay, so this is going to sit right here. How lovely is that going to be? Okay, we still have to put it on a base. We still have to decorate it. We have to make a gorgeous frame. I think it would be fabulous if we did maybe a beautiful picture like this right here on top. Okay, so we're going to stop right here. I am really having a good time with this. We are going to do some more borders. We still have to put a frame here on top. We have to put some decoration on this area because this is just a border. We still have to embellish the border. So come back with me, please, Thursday at 8:30 Central p.m. and we will finish this page up and get some more stuff going. And thank you so much for coming by. Subscribe, please. I really appreciate you leaving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, talk to me. I'm really having a great time getting to know you guys. So please subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you later.